Is it time? I think it might be time. Time to date a killer. Let's see if we can get that up and going. Just refreshing all of my overlays. Just to make sure they actually work. Because sometimes I have issues with that. I'll let the song finish out. Ah. Lament of the Cetea. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Get Hooked on You opened up here. I'm super excited to play this. It's made by the people who did the KFC dating sim, and if you've never seen that, you can go on my YouTube channel. I had 3-part series that I did on it because it was like super short. It was like 2 hours long. And I looked up on how long this will be. And I think it was similar, also like 2 hours long. Read the following terms and yeah, sure. I go ahead and agree anyway. It was really quiet. If I could just turn up the volume a bit, damn. And maybe turn off phone notifications. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, let's just hop right in, I guess. New file. My name? Shadow. This music's nice. Taking a minute to load here. It's just a visual novel. I'm not sure why. Oh, there we go. All right, neat. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open a gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? Need a minute, or can I go on? Oh, the narrator is addressing me directly. Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Ocean? The ocean is speaking. Whoa, not now, ocean. Sorry, Shadow. May I continue? Please go on. Okay, then. As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Oh, it's a human head. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? I'm running. You turn away from this wretched sight and begin to run. But the beach, it's endless. Despite how far you run, you get nowhere. Exhausted, you stop and look behind you. Your footsteps are erased by soft blue waves. You turn inland. Considering your lack of options, you've got no choice but to walk into the brush. However, the beauty of the beach is not shared by the darkness of the palmy woods before you. There's nothing inviting about that shadowy forest. Terror freezes you in your steps. Why are you trying to run away? This is paradise. You're here to enjoy yourself, don't you know? Have a little bit of fun. Take charge of your own experience. Well, that was sure weird, that voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right, but you're pretty sure you remember learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer in your current situation, as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Oh, it's a volleyball. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand near you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please. You turn around and you see what's waiting for you. Your jaw just about hits the ground. It's Muscle Mommy. Muscle Daddy. Spooky Babe. And Muscle Big Daddy. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once as you're completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do? Toss it back, kick it back, say no thanks, say nothing, do nothing. I'll toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in the huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Alright, this music is loud in my headphones. I don't know how loud it is on stream. So I'm just gonna... This seems like a good... Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might look... What it might like... What it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay, it's natural. Try hard much? Blech. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball. I cannot speak today. Back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way. Nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Shadow. You were made for this. Damn right I was. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. You derailed the game by just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Like, especially just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold pretty much for... I can't speak. I'm so sorry. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? Ugh. That was Wraith. That sign means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill him or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey Shadow, you might want to say something? Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. This is a timed quiz? Oh shit. Or not important anyway whatsoever. Probably that one, I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? Pretty average. Pretty average, I think. Just another face in the crowd, another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Ah ha ha. Truly, flight. Flight, for sure. Technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all that's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. What was your best subject in school? History. Between math, history, and skipping, I guess? History. Nice. It's important to know where we came from before so that we're not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. What's your favorite animal? What is a mustelid? I don't know what that is. See, this is one of those things, I like cats and dogs equally, but I'm gonna go with cat. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats? And more specifically, black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. What's your favorite color? Ah, shit, there's no purple. Blue. Blue isn't good for productivity. Makes people want to be lazy. What's your dream job? Astronaut, nightclub promoter, not working at all. Not working at all. If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. These damn millennials. Best flavor of ice cream. Vanilla, chocolate, horseflesh. I like chocolate. My favorite flavor is pain. Same. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second. This reminds me. I am right! Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? I'm not picking mint chip. Fuck it. Mint chip sucks. You got a reading comprehension problem? I just told you mint chip was where it's at. You almost bought yourself a game over there, buddy. That's right, I can end your life whenever I want to. I'm in control, so don't you forget it. If I say you like mint chip, you like mint chip. I'll try it again. Chocolate. In case it wasn't clear who's in charge, it's me. Is the narrator the entity? Probably. You have to understand, it feels very good to end someone else's game. You should try it sometime. Alright, fuck you. What happens if I hit give up? Oh god, I gotta skip to the choices. Gotta do all of these again? Light. History. Cat. Blue. Not working at all. And then chocolate. And then it's gonna make me pick mint chip, huh? So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time, but things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait. I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. Telling a ghost to grow a body is so good. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it! Don't speak for me, I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Oh, for once, I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat dock nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out right here. I'm tired. Besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? I did initially set out to pursue Huntress, but Spirit do be looking kind of cute though. Let's indulge Huntress. I hate that I interrupted your game. You should finish it. Sorry, I was checking a thing. Hey, I love to play outdoors, and I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. I'm sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously you are too. I like you already. I hate people who are too serious. They ruin everything. Well, they do if you don't handle them swiftly. Hold on. Oh, it's Claudette and Dwight? What in the hell? Just for one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. Claudette, your boobs are looking awfully triangular. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatical musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here for a long time. So very long, I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible. And don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. Least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you can do is help us get off this island. Dwight! Yeah, yes, pardon me, please follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting an escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape them? No. I think you're mistaken. Seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right, that's true. He was, but he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway. A couple miles south of here, has a much fancier accommodation than this island. One of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all the money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter. Mostly. When I agree with them. Not like that other island. So, what'll it be? Do volleyball. Do la volleyball. Oh, it's so exciting to have someone else into athletics on the island. Spirit and Wraith are so boring, and Trapper is so predictable, relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect at all for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of person wants to be a sitting duck in the middle of an open ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Wondered how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Game starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. She's really something, huh? Elk don't swim. Live in the forest long enough, you'll see an elk swim, believe you me. Sure for me, cute stuff? The killers resumed their place on the volleyball court and resumed the match they were playing before you arrived. Hey, fancy a lemonade? See you working up a thirst eyeing those bouncing buns playing volleyball. Claudette hands you a lemonade. Ooh, so fresh, so tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear. Who would you bet on to win? Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous. You don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them, or not talking about them if they're into that sort of thing. Just pick someone, please. It's not like we've got all day, night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity, or anything. Who put sand in that guy's shorts? Sheesh. Okay, I think, Huntress? Oh shoot, Huntress overheard you. Aw, you've got your eye on me? I'm flattered that you think I'm good, but honestly I'm a little annoyed that I've been so flashy with my moves. Usually I'm so sneaky that you could barely see me at all. Huntress is totally kicking my butt. Correct answer. I'm allowed to support the other people on this island, right? Oh jeez, I have no idea what the rules are here. Are there even rules? I should have stayed in my secret Larry. My secret Larry. Wow, what a game. It's a tie. Can there even be a tie in volleyball? No one knows since this is everyone's first time playing. Oh, yeah, you know. Maybe you should have brushed up on the old rule book there. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amidst their busy schedule of brutally tearing survivors to shreds. Hey, is Claudette crying? You okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her lost fellow survivors. You know, this resort had 4 employees when it opened. It's nothing, I'm totally fine. Whatever you say, boss. Oh look, the killers have dispersed and are all cooling down in their own way. Spirit is reading a novel, Trapper is stretching sensually in between chainsaw curls, Wraith is standing on the beach, desperately hoping that the sand will swallow him up, and Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. Feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You really should make a move. Life is short. You could get snuffed out at any time of day. Carpe diem, carpe PM, carpe nauem. Go ahead and chat one of them up. Huntress. You head over to Huntress. After all, this whole sporty hangout thing was her idea. Might as well see how she's doing. You were really great out there. When did you learn to move like that? Whose moves? My moves? These moves? They're nothing. Huntress blushes a bit beneath her mask. It's cute on cute if you ask me. Sometimes you gotta look past some bloodstains. A lot of men have run for their lives in my presence. You really learn about what the human body is capable of in these types of scenarios. I love to exercise. In a way, we're all running for our lives when we keep in shape. Guess I've never thought of fitness that way. Maybe it's time to start. You never know who's coming for you through the brush as fast as they can, propelled forward by hunger, desperation, or just plain old boredom. Doesn't seem like boredom is going to be your problem surrounded by all these characters. Survival, on the other hand? You're going to need to compensate for your lack of a killer instinct. What's your style? I like the bongo drums. Grits our imagination. What I lack in fitness, I try to make up for in imagination. I like to make up little games for myself to play. My imagination is very vivid. I can imagine the two of us panting, sweating, our clothes torn. I'm with you. Our hands gripping the sheer face of Cliff's rock wall as we climb. Not exactly where I was going, but sure. Up to a cavern entrance, a dark cave slick with dew shimmering in the moonlight. I'm back with you. A pack of wolves await us there. Friends, enemies, dinner. We look into each other's eyes and then back at the wolves, and together we all howl. Howoo! It sure sounds exciting. My blood is pumping just thinking about it. Come on, everyone. The fun and games can't be over already. I get it, I get it. Volleyball? Not ruthless enough. Look at us. We crave action. We crave excitement. We crave the thrill of the hunt. It's time to see if our friend here has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey on the volleyball court, Shadow. Huntress waves a bloody axe in the air and you step back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you, she's handing it to you. Don't worry, I've got several of these. It's important to hone your skills, especially when you're in a new place where threats may lurk around every corner. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. You can't even see me. Oh shit, there's minigames! I was not expecting that. Minigames consist of two parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. On the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. Sometimes the target is immediately visible, sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Press the spacebar to stop the pointer while over the target to win. Okay. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. Ready. Ooh, that was a good one. Perfect! Oh, this is just a skill check. Damn it. You missed completely. I'm impressed. A worthy opponent. I mean, could have been better, but who's keeping score? For the record, I am, and you got 8 points. Hatchet throwing? Cool, I guess. I like my stabbing to be a bit more up close and personal. Some are allowed horn blows and the survivors snap into action. Time's up. Heard him. Get to the next activity. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You were expecting what? Capturing the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? Yeah. This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And oh, great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Oh, Trickster is in this game. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprise? Well yeah, they don't call him Expected-ster? I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers. My whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good, Shadow. Real good. We literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit in the table if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. Probably think it was an error, but it was not. It was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can't sit at the ends with their enormous, sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat, seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. A callback to the KFC dating sim. That's great. That is great. I appreciate that very much. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. And you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's like technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey Shadow, you thinking what I'm thinking? There's going to be a person on this bit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know. When you look closely at this bit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. It's you're not carving up this delectable meal. Oh, he's right for a change. Because I am with my broad axe. It's a perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. It's because you are. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough! Grow up! Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obvs. The hell it is! I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop. Please. I hate it when we fight, or talk, or even when we look each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azarov. Great, instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey Shadow, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value of maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Okay, cool. Another skill check. Ready. Got it. Got it. Got it. Fuck. Missed a little bit. Sweet. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves a lot of lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing the being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why are you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. Well, that's only one thing. Think about it, Shadow. Number two is no number two. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I'd have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in this spectral form. You do see how deep this cut on my abdomen is. I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is they're staring at you. They're not eating. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? Look at the seagull! Wow, you ever see a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Shadow. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real meal. You've been standing in the sun. But the seagull! Oh, it just made a lot of good points. I swear. You're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait. You haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the reason, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There are too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scene's over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? Yeah, I just did that earlier, butthole. For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague. Mysterious. Gotta give it up this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. You wake up to find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water in your mouth. Oh good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try to care for people, they have a way of ending up, well, less alive than when I started. Should be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's head open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you're not as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms, not just because they're maybe crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful, but I was just gonna narrate that fact, not, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Beautiful. A mask! Your bunny mask is quite gorgeous. Nice recovery. But now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. You make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes. She hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even through the mask, you see that Huntress is blushing a bit. Seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? She offers you some jerky. Probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point because it smells pretty damn good. I will accept. When on Murderer's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry, and you can chow down on some jerky sensually, right? I'd love some. After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there? You do not play around, Shadow. Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. Let's say it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you. There was this one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggle bubble out from behind Huntress's mask. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip. Probably left behind by some little girl who's playing on the beach long ago, who's definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the flow or show off some of your knowledge in advanced humaning? I'ma show her a thing or two. You silly goose. You chuckle before reaching for the bag of jerky. Take the beret off. Beret? I think it's beret. Take the beret off and collect a lock of Huntress's hair, clipping it back into an attractive swoop. Much better. Huntress is so happy that you taught her something new about human trinkets. She touches the clip in her hair with a shy smile. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they are waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points is not part of the evening's activities. It's strictly slotted for an after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for what comes after the flirting. Go, go, go! Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who's, don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind in time for evening activities. We'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story? Storytime is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they are talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule things works, and I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taken some pressure off me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. His nameplate changed. God damn it. We still got to get started on story time, so... Shadow, who do you think should go? God damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quietly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I want to hear Spirit's spooky story. I choose you, Spirit. Oh wow, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Just be careful with the catchphrase, will ya? Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me, and I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories. If everyone else is gonna chit-chat, I guess I could just sit down and... Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wraith take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting, and when it's not. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, so I'm going to tell my story. I call it... The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hada, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away, but how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of the busy market, had appeared a giant box, strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. No one knew how I got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? Such a busy area. How could something like this just appear? A mystery, as if it was conjured by magic. But this is no illusion. A huge box was very real and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face with each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. Help me! Someone cried from inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me, cried the man, as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hata comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety, as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, more steeping rain puddled on the ground. The man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hata was no help at all. Powerless to save him. Guilt began to weigh on her like it never had before. Don't let me die in here, the man begged. Don't let me die alone. Stay calm, instructed Detective Hata. You're not alone. I'm here. All half the town is here. We're all in this together and we won't let this be the end of your story. Looking through that narrowest of passageways, Detective Hata watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the strange, sad prisoner. Together, they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. Promise? Asked the man. Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. A simple pledge, she felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hata, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit of this horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked. Promise? Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. Pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hata leaned forward and placed her own lips on the opening, letting her breath creep into the strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall in this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in the soft touch. Thank you, said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. Get back! Yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hata and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hata gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, there was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hata had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed into a neat little pile. And atop that pile, a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips in icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking at the fire or up at the sky or anywhere but that spirit. It was you who chose her, you who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual? She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, now no one is sure how to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. Hug? You stand and without saying anything approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe, hovering in the air, begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. Certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize that everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. True moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up. He's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I'm the ultimate catch on this island. The only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around. I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day, even when you're a god. I mean, a narrator. You're doing it again, right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dipping in hot tubs with the Spirit? Come a long way in a single day. I'm saying you shouldn't follow her. Not for like that. Just don't forget her little talk. Well, this is going places. Wow. My throat hurts. So I'm going to take a little break. This is going to be a shorter stream. It's only going to be like 2 hours. So I'm going to take my break now. And then we'll come back and do more. Alright, we back. Back in this. That was a bit of an extended break, but I needed it. You and your storyteller friends slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear, even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any otherically. I believe you completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, but so was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island, trapped as one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips are blue, your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find... revenge! Okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Well, maybe it's coagulated by now. No need to sweat out the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You gotta figure that with that many sharp objects, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it. I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep, when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it. A very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? Yeah, why wouldn't I? I know we just met, but yes, I do believe you. The way you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. Fool. He taught you to trust a stranger. You're going to get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Now you've got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? If I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own question if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's important is that a certain corpsey cutie floating around in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle box. If you believe that she is the... Damn it, got me going again! Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certain someone standing before you with fresh towel ready to dry you off. Sorry, kids, but it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. Not a flesh clean towel. Fresh, clean towel. Imagine if it was flesh, though. I'm scared. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. Watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping it into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Dwight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. Head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story about the prisoner at the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life? Or has it already been taken from you and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you get dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar, creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that but lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and a blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Let's try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types who'll want to rob at their beauty sleep. Oh, another? Ooh. Hey, repeat that, I missed that. Yep, okay, I got that. This here upcoming minigame is a special minigame. Perfect for the less coordinated because there's no winning or losing. Well, not technically. Wherever the pointer stops, it's your result. I suppose that if it doesn't stop where you want it to, that's a bit like losing, but no one has to know if you don't tell them. Okay, ready to play? Yes. Okay. As you relax and looking at the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. Let's go with 102. Somewhere there. Let me see what's on this station. I'm not super into it. What about here? There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. And now I'm at ease. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. Decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Huntress. Huntress, you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Huntress appears in an instant. You really didn't hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. If a Soviet lullaby doesn't work, this special mushroom tea has always done the trick. When I'm not coating the blade of my hatchet in it to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping it in a piping hot mug of water. Try it. You do. I closed my app by accident. You finally start to feel sleepy. Except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. Try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. Shouldn't still be as spooky, but now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. This one is still undeniably odd. Really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss the ball around, huh? Would it have hurt so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? Just saying. I'm out here, you know? You wake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Wraith stares at you awkwardly. He says nothing, just stares. You look around to see if there's something going on behind you or on either side, but nope, just staring. Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the Huntress right before bedtime. Are you making some sort of alliance? Are you with... Wraith scans the horizon. Them? Just making sure you are who you say you are. Been burned before, and something seems off with this island since you've arrived. Even more off than usual. Maybe we could talk about that more tomorrow. It's just, since you got here, I think we could have a really nice day tomorrow together. It's just, you have no idea how long I've been here with these monsters. To be honest, I have no idea either. They're just awful. They're boring, loud, and stupid. You're different. There's finally someone here on my level. You're thoughtful, interesting, gentle. Think we could, you know, have fun. I can show you some cool stuff if you want. If you don't, that's totally cool. I get it. No pressure. In fact, probably just forget I was here. Good night. Finally alone, for real this time. Maybe. If you drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Oh god, I thought I was gonna get jump scared. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh geez. It is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who wasn't a parent and that didn't end in bloodshed or an untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win no matter what happens. What do you think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do? Attractive, mysterious. Really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my Seraphim. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill, and Trapper... where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since Mother died. Eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human. I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. This is weird. I don't care enough to kill this person, but if anyone else wants to, I don't care enough to stop them. Might just have to kill Dwight to feel anything again. I really don't care. This island is full of people who don't really like me, so what's one more? I don't want to get distracted from my plan anyway. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. Can't help it, circulation just isn't my thing. Didn't choose to be cold. This cute-handed rope, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. I have survived the killers. You open your eyes. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky. You feel great, totally well rested. Not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by a campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. Wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least to make for a sexy bunch, no? Talk about sexy. Here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start off this incredible day. To start this incredible day off right. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. No. I also want to wish you good luck. Today's an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the time. Never mind, he left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that! What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. It's almost certainly not coffee. I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, or torturing you.
Yet.
This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you get 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up. Review 2, not an eternal prison of pain. Please make sure to leave a review, it really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you, so can we please move on? Oh yeah, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock the coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I'm the ocean. I dominate the land, submerge those who defy me, and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. It's something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review, feels crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. It's really judging on the artist's intent. And whenever impossible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. How to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process without the ultimate intent, or with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not to be overly critical of them. Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they make some great points. Oh, sure, they make good points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course. Apologies, Shadow. Last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yeah, it's been really entertaining. How else could I describe my stay on this island besides really entertaining? Wow, 10 stars, here we come. Can someone remind me to skip this section next time? Someone added everyone in a server I'm in. God damn it. Don't do that unless it's actually important, please. Jeez. Nope. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? No. No, I will not say. Oh, god damn it. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Shadow, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. It's yes. Shadow is totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can only mean one thing. Breakfast. Alright, I'm gonna be honest here. That section could have been cut from the game. You don't need to put that in there. I totally agree with what was being said, but the tongue-in-cheek sort of breaking the fourth wall, like, super obviously, is not interesting to me. Like, it's different when, like, say Deadpool breaks the fourth wall and addresses, you know, the person watching the movie directly. It's less interesting and less cool if you're just like, hey, we know this is a game, right? Anyway, you want to leave us a positive review? Don't do that. That felt like begging for a positive review to me, and I hate that shit. You don't beg for positive reviews. You let the art speak for itself. Oh my! Although I do agree, you do have to judge it from a creator's intent and not like, you know, just start from that baseline and not just come out of the gate, you know, shitting on something. But like, don't beg for a positive review. Come on. That was kind of dumb. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon and... Not so much for maintaining these beach bods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? Yogurt? Magic powers are only get you so far. Even killers watch your sodium intake. Take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It's like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. Looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. I can't imagine you could make me any angrier today than you did yesterday, but I really hope you do. I really, really hope you do. Unrelated, anyone see where I left my cleaver? Haha, just kidding. I always know where my cleaver is. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast? Nope. A huntress steps up to talk about her feelings. I feel a stirring inside my animal heart. Something I've never felt before. It's almost like the feeling right before I go in for the kill, but softer, warmer. Sounds like it could be love. Maybe it's just indigestion from all that raw beef she had last night. Oh well, that surely must be it. No one else would weirdly stand up during breakfast too. And just like that, here comes Spirit. Did everyone sleep well? Or I did, or should I say I did not? I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familiar revenge thing. And last night was no different, so in that case it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done though. Now if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you all, while looking cute doing so. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Ah, perfect. Here he is. Take us home, Wraith. I'm glad the introduction of Shadow to our island paradise, yeah, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering and no one cares. Still the only one asking any questions. I'm asking a question too. When will Wraith shut up? And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep wanting more. Getting good at this game, a sexy true-to-life experience. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing, me? Well, yeah, I guess. It is okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers, but it feels like I'm the person getting to know. It feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not a real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in there. A little more. Oh, yeah, that's it, yes. How does that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that and put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that? Exactly like that. I swear I had no idea these two even do whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow, look at the super cool bottle of Trickster's brand suntan lotion that someone left on the chair. No one know where I can buy some? Damn it. Oh, come on, a little privacy, please. Dwight is panting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here. And I could hear you well. You know. Know what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing... I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like, fun? Do you think 2 people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key to finding the exact place we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is now our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Did you actually think we were me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard, they get it. My life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy. I noted all our entry wounds, and our 5 minutes is up. Good luck, Shadow. You're going to need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragedy. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday wasn't short a lot, so far today's been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true, centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up the sun in a heated pool. Today you're on a date with you. Ooh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tipped, like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree at all. It's... Hey, babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone was just getting up and announcing how they're feeling? What was that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group? I don't like that. Fishy, kind of lazy. Whatever though, breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Yes, I do intermittent fasting. Did you see my abs, by the way? Maybe you can see them later in my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island? Where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right. I could give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing, you gotta give him that. And a blown bat? Threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius of design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything, and we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an open invitation to go smash in the fourth wall every 5 seconds. See, that's another thing. Don't acknowledge that you're doing the thing that you're doing. Okay, now that that guy is gone and we've got some ground rules established and we're definitely going to abide by, it's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Ah, yes, Huntress. That makes sense. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place is quiet and out of the way. No one will be able to hunt us. I mean, hear us there. Doesn't that sound intriguing? But immediately a flood of worry floods your brain. Should you pack a picnic? Bring your swimsuit? A pocket knife? You decide to bring as much as you can. You may have to make a run for it at some point, and you should be prepared. But of course you wash up on this island with nothing but the clothes on your back, so you've got nothing to gather. Are you really ready for this? I mean, they call her the Huntress, not the Hugstress. You look up at this towering goddess trying to form a sentence when suddenly... Before you decide you want to go off with her, the spirit interjects. You really think you're going to have fun with her? All the running and wrestling and not like in the clever double entendre way, but actually physically wrestling. I'm exhausted just describing thinking about it. Listen, you're kind of weird and I'm kind of weird. And I don't know. Thought maybe you'd want to sit and ignore the whole world together for a while, yeah? Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly, because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. So it's good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons are poison all along. Sorry, this island just really got me tilted. So who will it be? Oh man. I like both though. You know what? I said I would go after Huntress on the first one. I gotta go with Huntress. Whee! Second playthrough. I'll go with Spirit. You and Huntress make your way to the secluded beach house. Your heart thrums in your chest. Don't look it up. Thrums are a real word, I swear. These nerves of excitement or terror. Isn't it fun to mix the sexy and horrifying? Huntress is quiet as a mouse as she guides you through the island forest. You struggle to keep up with her. She moves like a jungle cat, all muscle and silent leaps across the thorny brush. She halts suddenly and you crash into her, having been desperately trying to keep up. You follow her gaze and realize you've arrived. Cabin in the woods. Obligatory in nearly all horror films and stories, and you've come here willingly with a fearsome killer. Great job. The cabin is cozy, but something seems off about it. You can't quite put your finger on what it is. Huntress stares at you through her bunny mask, cocking her head to the side as if trying to gauge your reaction to her hideaway. Are you going to invite me inside? Why do you need an invitation? Are you a vampire? No. Oh. Is it just me or did Huntress seem a little disappointed? Didn't peg her for a lover of the Fang, but hey, I don't judge. Come in, let's explore. I would love to explore. I want to explore. You follow her inside. It's creepy, rickety, and definitely not up to code, but it has a certain homey charm. You're quite the decorator. She blushes. Indeed she is. Chandelier made of bones hangs delicately from the foyer ceiling, and a collection of trinkets lines the mantel. Something tells you that the people who once owned these things are not of this mortal coil anymore. Could you be Huntress's next victim? The thought gives you a wicked thrill. Hey, she's looking at you again. What do you think of my collection? I can learn to like this. I can certainly learn to like this. The whole place, it's quite tactile. So much to look at. The organized chaos makes me want to craft things with my hands. I knew you'd like it here. You have the eye of someone who appreciates fine, stolen things. Can't wait to go treasure hunting with you. We can find so many more goodies on the island. But first, what do you think of the other killers? I mean, Trickster's pretty out there, but everyone seems to like they have interesting backstories and whatnot. Little gossip, huh? What are you playing at, Shadow? Huntress considers this for a beat. She seems to have two modes, thoughtful and explosive. You hope to never be in the splash zone when the explosive part emerges. Why? Are you jealous? Before you can answer, the house begins to shake. Huntress loses her balance on the termite-infested floor and falls into your arms. You are not mad about it, but before you have time to enjoy taking this moment in... Crabs! Oh no, it's an attack! A horde of killer crabs invade through the crevices in the poorly constructed cabin. They race at you, and Huntress in swarms clacking their razor-sharp claws at you. Must ask quickly, what will you do? Grab a shot. What is a shashka? You quickly reach out and grab a shashka off the wall. Being the highly educated person that you definitely are, you know that shashka is a Russian sword, not an umbrella or a can of cola or something else like that. Back to back with Huntress, you both hack away at the attacking crustaceans. You manage to slay the majority of the killer crabs. The ones you miss go scurrying away back into their hidey holes. Huntress turns to you with a gaze that's full of passion and intrigue. However, before it bubbles over, she looks away, suppressing this feeling. Is she nervous? Huntress sits down on the wicker couch and begins cleaning the guts off her hatchet. It's an obligatory scene for every killer. You're just happy to not be the source of what she's wiping off. Looks like we're having crab for dinner. She doesn't smile at your joke. She has that ponderous look on her face again. You join her on the couch. Man, sometimes those near-death experiences really got me thinking about what I want in life. I think I'd really like to start a family one day. How about you? Maybe one day with the right person. I mean, it's a life-changing decision. You have to make sure it's right. Huntress smiles coyly. A good answer. You never know what kind of weirdos are out there. What were you like as a kid? Try to imagine this giantess as a meek child in a puffer coat wandering about the forest. Huntress chuckles, her laugh quite cute and soft. I was so innocent. We hunted to survive then went back to the cottage and Mother would tell me stories and we'd drink tea and imagine life far from the woods, somewhere like this. Suppose I finally achieved what she always wanted from me. But since coming here, something feels off. It's beautiful, warm, and everyone is so attractive, like thirst traps galore. But don't you get the feeling that something is coming for us? Oh no, she's on you. But onto you about what? Swirling memories rush through your head, nightmares. Visions of a dark cloud. Claudette and Dwight's vacant stares that belie some sort of hypnosis. Quick, validate her theory. I think you're onto something. What do you know? How long have you been here? Do you remember anything at all about why we might be here? Been having these dreams, seeing things. I think we're all serving some greater purpose here. Huntress reveals a strange object that she stole from near the stage where Trickster performs. It has some strange symbol on it. A map! Truthfully, it doesn't seem that strange for you. It's just a glass bottle. However, the label is interesting. She hands it over to you, but before she can explain her theory, Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt. We have a dramatic announcement! But it needs to happen back at the beach. Damn it. Just wanted to be alone with Huntress. You arrive back at the beach and realize you were set up. There's no big announcement after all. What we have here is good old-fashioned rivalry. It's true, exactly like that voice we cannot hear and certainly aren't referencing says. We were forced to interrupt your lovely date by another killer. They are here and ready to make you an offer of love you won't be able to deny. Trapper emerges from the water. Is he in slow motion? He's pure thirst. He's Paul Newman on horseback. He's Denzel on the cover of GQ. Manliness brought to life. Also, he was holding his breath under there this whole time waiting for this cue. It's a commitment to a bit if I've ever seen it. Heard you spent the day in a quaint college. That's cute. How about a quaint mansion? Or better yet, how about one on each continent? Yeah, I'm including Antarctica. I'm really rich. Think of how cozy we can get there in a snowy 10-bedroom chateau. One of those pools is half indoor, half outdoor. Nice and warm throughout. That way you can kill a mama polar bear from the outside while watching her cubs cry over the body from inside. Okay, buddy. Holy shit. Calm the fuck down, dude. Wow, Trapper is the real deal. And by real, I mean I do mean really, and by deal I mean evil. Plus, you really want to hunt for your food for the rest of your life? With me, you get it both ways, savagery and someone to clean up after you. Sounds nice, huh? As if. That life isn't for me, bro. Very impressed you can speak with implied quotation marks. Very cool. Yeah, it's totally a douche nozzle. Try hard much? It's like the turn of the century Pacific Northwest version of Wall Street, bro. Trust me, it tracks. Patrick Bateman with a huge chip on his shoulder. You wouldn't go with him if he were brandishing a cleaver at you. Oh shit, he is! Thanks, but no thanks. I'm into a quieter lifestyle. I relish my independence and don't need someone to wipe my butt for me. You run back to the huge arms of Huntress. She hugs you tight. So tight you think you feel the life leave your body for just a moment, but it hurts so good. You know what? I'm impressed that you stood up to me. Appreciate someone giving me their totally honest opinion, even if that opinion makes me want to carve out your liver. And the butt wiping comment, that's not what I mean by clean up after you, but I'm hiring someone to do that for me with the moment I get home. Trapper leaves and you turn to Huntress, walking in slow motion back to the water. It's pretty weird. You just gonna stay in there all night? Shall we continue on our date? Huntress leads you back to her cabin. You thought you'd remember the way, but it's like the forest has completely changed. Nothing is familiar. Better not get lost out there. Can you believe that guy? Classic Trapper pulling a move like that. So glad he chose me, though. I don't think we've explored all there is between us yet. She winks a bunny-mess eye and scoops you up onto her back. Huntress runs through the woods with you piggyback riding her. The wind ruffles through your hair. Animals clear a path for the mighty woods woman as she races by the lead. Like the lead from that famous teen vampire drama that in that one scene where he calls her a spider monkey. Huntress doesn't call you that. Whee! Eventually, she gently lowers you to the ground and you take in your surroundings. A wooded clearing in the forest. Huntress prances about like a deer in a meadow. I like to come here sometimes to clear my head and hack up a few cute woodland creatures. Foxes are my favorite to slaughter. They think they're so cute and sly, but I see right through them. They're just assholes. Great with hot sauce. Huntress hears a rustling and darts off to find its source, crouching low like an animal. Now you're alone in the middle of the forest. Which way did you come from again? No idea. Your sense of direction is all off. A mellifluous voice floats through the air, landing upon your ears like syrupy honey. Come find me. Ready? Oh shit. Damn it. Ha! Found her. Got her again. Ha! Oh jeez. Ha! Fuck. Tag. You bob Huntress on the shoulder when you find her. She high-fives you. You trying to date this young lady or just bro down all day? You're so good at hiding. I'm having a real blast. Thanks. They say it takes 10,000 hours of practice to get good at something. Hey, they do say that. That was fun, huh? I keep just trying to relax and have a good time, but that's really hard for me. Anytime I let my guard down, something terrible happens. Oh, what about if we let our pants down? That's an option? Like what? Sometimes I find young girls in the woods, like perfect angels that need my protection, but if I turn my back for a moment, they will end up dying. That got dark. You felt like Huntress wouldn't admit this to just anyone. Oh look, Claudette and Dwight are back. Okay, we swear we're here for a good reason this time. Yeah, no one is manipulating this time. It's just time for dinner. Come get some grub. Should have said let's put let's let down our pants. I should have saved it right before that option. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. That's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you really are feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing, it's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we try to cram them on screen again. So just believe me, they're all here and they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are following for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday? However, since Wraith seems like the biggest longshot to end up holding your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. Pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment at the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. I'm sick of watching everyone else gorge themselves while I'm preoccupied with, you know, trying to get to the bottom of this never-ending nightmare. So tonight, none of that. I'm not really hungry anyway. So I say we just do a simple salad or something. The green kind, not the mayo kind. Mayo is gross. No, it's not. Mayo's good. Shut up. Fine with just lettuce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Not iceberg, though. Has no nutritional value. Letting Wraith choose was a mistake. That's all on us. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, that's for sure, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. Tell us of your brush with death. I shall do so. Today was nuts. We went to Huntress's secret cabin and killer crabs attacked us. It's true. I'll fall asleep tonight to the delicious sound of crunching crustaceans. That would never have happened on my yacht. I grind them up. Much more satisfying way to kill crabs. At least those kind of crabs. Have a little comb for the other kind. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they're all very tired. Wait, no, that's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim we're in undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit. Do you mean bon? No, almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around for you as you pick up your plate, take your napkin, dust the crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Thank you? Your top-notch service is much appreciated. Everyone, would you please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit? We'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen. Something that will change everything. We can go willingly or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice, tough cookies. Did you have a choice in how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. Hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. Pretty sensitive eyes. Also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood drama involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving towards the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. You take a seat on the comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for the other killers to take their place, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? But they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think? Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. Now everyone is looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell the story? Or we could play charades? Boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. You can't tell if they're warm from the fire versus your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Shadow is about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Fine, I'll tell the story, I guess. I mean, like, I have no other choice, really. Sure, I'm game to tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay, what sort of story do you want to tell? Action. No, adventure. Alright, you like your Dwayne The Rock Johnson movies? How about some adventure? Now we're talking. It's not my favorite, but I respect your choice and will nod politely. You don't have to say that, Wraith, just nod politely. Okay, ready? Here goes. I really like to go fishing. Solid hobby, great foundation for a story for sure. He paused. Everyone was waiting with bated breath, no pun intended. Wait, that was it? It's not much of a story, barely even a thought. My pun was better than that story. Sure that's all you have to say? No, I was just kidding. Let's do a romance story. Love a good romance, the soft, gentle kind you can bring your kids to without worrying that you're really going to screw them up. Boo. In case you're confused, it's not like a I'm a ghost boo, just a you suck boo. There was once a newly elected Prime Minister in England. He was single, which was quite strange for a leader of his stature. Over the first few months of his tenure, he started to fall for one of his assistants, a girl from the wrong side of the tracks. She was so different from the other girls, brash and adorable with a hint of vulnerability. After the President of the United States made a move on her during one of his visits, he had to send her away. I'm sorry, did you steal this from a popular Christmas movie? You watch Christmas movies? Obviously, they're the only thing on TV in December. I have all the streaming subscriptions, but I still really like flipping channels. I want to know what happens to the Prime Minister. Did they end up together and start a family? If this doesn't end in revenge, I'm leaving. Why do people get tortured in a warehouse? Not that kind of movie. Oh. That didn't go well. Never plagiarize a masterpiece. I don't know what movie they're referencing. I gotta Google a movie about a Prime Minister in England now. Prime Minister England Christmas movie. Oh, it's Love Actually. Okay, I did not know that. I've never seen Love Actually. So... Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. Can't just end there. Who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. Huntress! Huntress, you seem raring to go. Let's hear from you. Sure thing. My neck of the woods isn't wanting for horrifying mythology. Mother once told me a story of a young man who was traveling back home after the war. Which war? Doesn't matter. I just wanted some backstory details to paint a picture. I'll paint you a picture if you want. The man was lost and running out of food rations. He stopped to rest for a night underneath a majestic birch tree. That's when he saw the women, naked, skin glistening in the twilight glow. Hot, I'm infested. They sang a haunting melody as they made their way down hills towards the inviting lake. Enchanted by the music, the young man followed the parade of beautiful women until they stopped in the clearing next to the water. They turned to him and smiled. One woman with long red hair stepped forward and reached for his hand. The others began to play music. Flutes, lutes, tambourines. The melody was intoxicating. The man's feet began to move beneath him. He was dancing, moved by the magical music of these mysterious women. Twilight darkened into night and the man grew weary. But when he tried to still his moving feet, he found that he could not. Help, I cannot stop dancing, he cried to the nearest woman, a slender woman with green hair. She drew near to him and he saw her features distort into something horrific. She was bloated, an eye hanging from one socket, skin the color of algae, a rusalka, her true self. You'll never stop dancing, she screeched at him. My sisters and I were drowned in this lake by men of your regiment. Consider this your punishment. The man cried out, but it wasn't me. Someone must pay, the rusalka said, her voice filled with briny malice. And so the man danced and danced until his bones broke and his heart gave out. The dance of death. Silent beat as everyone takes in this macabre ending. But it's not all bad. The Saltcoats are also fertility goddesses. If a lady had stumbled across them, she would have been blessed with a fruitful womb, and probably some candy for the road. Damn, does she really think that's a happy ending? I want what Huntress has happened. No, it's story time. A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original, and that's why I'm much more a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off of any individual installment and builds to a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Shadow, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk gets in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know we need to get back to that thing we do when we're not on screen. Okay. You have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead. Why did you say the words wink wink out loud, and what kind of double entendre are you getting up with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all these people here are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear someone trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough of talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? On those spindly legs, you'd probably tire out before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Shadow is after, then they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's just because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's by my own choice and completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? So over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going on. You heard him. Who will it be? I'm just saying, you may not get a ton of chance to date around like this before your time on Murder's Island has come to a close. I know I'm not satisfied with that name either, but with the streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, so we're back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. Y'all know I gotta go with Huntress. Huntress? You know, I had the feeling you'd pick me. You've got good taste, and I don't just say that because I'm considering eating you. Huntress licks her lips as she eyes you up and down. You've never felt like a literal piece of meat this much in your life before. What have you gotten yourself into?
I'm kinda into it though, not gonna lie.
Let's go over to the bar. I'm going to make you something special. Alright. I'm thinking about ending the stream here because my throat is shot. Like, woo. Man. My throat is done. I know it's a shorter one, but holy crap, guys. Ooh, I should do what Nif and Spyco do and cast people in this shit. Maybe on the next playthrough of it, if I can get some folks around, I'll try to schedule a thing. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the stream. The VOD of it will be up on YouTube probably in like a couple of days or something. I'm gonna change around my stream schedule. I'm not gonna do middle of the week afternoon anymore. Because, I mean, not that I'm complaining, because, you know, even if like 1 or 2 people are watching, that's completely fine by me. But, like, I don't get to see my friends. And, I mean, they're all busy with work and jobs and stuff, so they can't really come by and watch the streams, and, you know. So, I'm going to change around my schedule a bit and see what I can do. Probably stream after work, like the evening time. Seems like a better time to do it anyway. I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching the stream. I'll see you guys soon. Keep an eye on my socials for links and schedules and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Till next time.